In the sauna. Welcome to In the Sauna with Dr. Kasey and Payton Lewis. Welcome back to Sauna Talk number 3.
Tonight's topic is a good one. It's going to be, everybody that's watching this is going to go, wow, that's what I'm going to do when I have children. And tonight's talk is going to be having your kids at home. We're going to have a superstar come in here in a little bit to basically tell you how she had 4 children at home. And this is one of them. Yeah.
People always say, oh, you're born at home? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on? Wow, it smells.
Speaking of the superstar,
Wow, it smells like really yummy doTERRA in here. So I heard you have an amazing guest. I wanted to meet her.
Yeah.
When's she coming?
Congratulations, you walked right in.
What? It's me?
So let's get right after it.
You're sweet.
You had 4 kids at home?
You know what? I did. I had 4 kids at home.
Okay,
I'm so blessed.
So let me ask you this. The first one you had at home, right? What were some of the things that you encountered from other people when you said, I'm going to have my kids at home?
You've got to be kidding me. What are you going to do if something goes wrong? What else? Man, you're brave. I wouldn't do that. And of course, it's my first child, so I'm like, what? No, I was very confident.
Thanks for this confidence. Thanks for that. Give me those
Confidence booster.
Yeah, no, I had my husband to give me confidence.
Yeah, we'll talk about the play-by-play in a minute, but let's just give people a little bit of a background, you know. There's a lot of preparation that goes into having a kid at home. Give them some insight to what some of that preparation is.
Like just the day of?
No, just like, we had to prepare like a month ahead of time.
Well, at least, because you got to get your body ready for
I think
one.
2 months ahead of time we had to get.
Yeah.
Remember, we had to cook all the bed sheets and.
Oh
Cook?
my gosh,
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah,
Yeah, we had to bake the bed sheets.
Like literally in the oven.
In the oven. Yeah, I forgot. They probably don't do that
In a
now.
brown.
They want to just catch on fire or what?
No.
They probably don't do that.
But you gotta have an understanding why.
We had to bake, because we wanted to kill all the germs, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we baked the 3 sets of bedding. Wow, that's crazy.
3
Like, did you fold them nicely and put them in the oven?
No, we were in a brown paper sack.
Brown paper sack in the oven. So then when we took them out, we kept them in the brown paper sack in case it was time to...
Brown paper sack. And so that didn't catch flame. What was the temperature of the oven?
I don't know, 250?
Yeah, I think it was 250. Like 250 for like what?
Wow.
Like a half hour, an
You're
hour.
good. I kind of forgot about all this stuff.
Well, you were 7 months pregnant and you were kind of like brainless.
Hey.
You were very clumsy and you were very forgetful.
Well, that's just part of the deal.
Don't you remember we were riding our mountain bikes and you had this big, long, dramatic crash?
It wasn't a dramatic crash. I was going up the hill following you.
Yeah, we were going up this
I got stuck in the ruts. I started going backwards down the hill.
Her, well,
Guess
what is
who's
she
just
doing?
staring at me?
What is she doing? And she just goes, oh. She panics. Oh. Instead of going, brakes. She just did nothing and went backwards.
I guess what you did.
But I will say this.
Guess what you did?
It was pretty.
My wife just got in her accident. I'm going to walk down the hill.
It was pretty funny to watch because really your balance was quite amazing. Because you rode a bike backwards for like, I don't know, it was a good 25 feet.
I'm good at backwards, like ask my sisters. And Wendy.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I'm good at backwards.
And I was like so amazed that you were riding backwards. I was like, whoa. And then she just kind of like tips over like, Humpty Dumpty.
And he's still walking slow.
Come on.
And you were pregnant?
Yeah, she was about 7. Well, it's about 6 months pregnant.
Just barely.
No wonder.
No, you're about.
Your first child?
Yeah.
First child?
Yeah.
Then remember when I was going to go deliver some Mary Kay and I went to the wrong house?
And the dog bit you? Then she got attacked by a dog. And she comes home. You think it was a problem?
No, I didn't. No, you did. Oh, obviously, to listen to the story. So, don't you remember?
Back to childbirth.
No, just a second. I gotta say this. It's so funny. It is funny. So I think in this house is where I need to deliver some Mary Kay. So I go in the house. I was thinking, wow, this is a nice house. They must have the veterinarian place in the backyard. So I go in the backyard, and there's these 2 tiny little dogs. And I'm thinking, oh no, oh my gosh, they're going to attack me. So I start running off. They get me in my calf. Here's the funny thing. I go to the veterinarian place to deliver the Mary Kay, and I'm with all these dogs barking, and they're fixing my leg in a veterinarian place. Oh gosh.
That was kind of funny.
Don't talk about the dog one when I almost went off the end.
Well, that's the other thing about my wife is that she's quite hilarious as she was pregnant all the time. Seems like
All the time.
You were pregnant like every time you turned around you were pregnant. Pregnant again. It's like we couldn't even like go anywhere.
Yeah, I was in a coma for 10 years. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I just
You were always barefoot and pregnant. But anyway.
10 years.
No, it's because I just ate what I was supposed to eat when I was carrying babies or nursing. I didn't.
And she nursed every child for 12 months.
At least, yeah.
At least. I think you got cut off because she got...
No, he did not. He did not get cut off. I never cut my kids
I
off
was
of
a fat
nursing.
child.
Okay.
I never got cut off.
Yeah, that's true. Well, okay, so, in the process of many stories we have, and there'll be many stories on this interview tonight. So, I graduated from chiropractic school, and we were trying to decide, where do we want to go? Do we want to go back home? Do you want to stay in California? Do we want to go to, Colorado? What do we want to do? Where do we want to go?
That was your thoughts? I always wanted to go home.
Yeah, I didn't want to go home. But I did want to go home because this place is amazing for 4 seasons. You can't beat it. So that's what our decision. So we finally come home. But tell them what made us decide, you know what? We're going to have kids at home. What?
Well, we had some really good friends who had their kids at home, Steyers. They had their kids at home, and so they were kind of our mentors in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just, being in chiropractic school, it was just, it just was a shoe that fit us. I'm not really a go to the doctor person. I fix myself.
I know was. I worked for Dr. Heine. He had 7 kids at home.
Oh, that's what it was too.
He had 7 kids at home.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
7.
And I did an intern. Well, I did kind of an extern internship with him in Santa Cruz, California. Robert Hine. Shout out to Dr. Hine.
Oh, you scared me to death.
One of the greatest chiropractors I've ever known. Phenomenal adjuster. But he had 7 kids, all at home. And his wife, Xenia, was an amazing woman.
He didn't have
So he kind of inspired us.
Yeah, he did.
He's like, oh, it's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
I remember that? And Xenia's over there going...
Typical man.
Yeah. So we then went from, okay, we're going to have our kids at home to, okay.
We just didn't go another option. That's just what we were doing.
What did people ask you? Because like the common thing is like, oh, you have the epidural or whatever, like the pain thing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have that there. You're gonna be able to have that.
What's crazy
did people
about
ask
that?
you that?
And again, this is just me. This is just my gig. I just didn't want to do that. Again, it was my gig. I just knew that whatever I took inside of me, my baby was gonna get. And I wanted both of us to experience this, I guess. I mean, I just knew that whatever I took in, my baby was going to get. And I just wasn't willing to do that. No matter how much pain I had to go through. Which, was pretty painful.
That's one of the things that I loved about you. Because whenever I said, hey, let's climb Mount Everest, you're like, okay. So you always were a trooper. You always were like, yeah, let's do this. And then once you made her mind up, that was it. It was a done deal. So I get done with school, I get done with my boards in California, and we moved back to Idaho. And at this time you were like, what, a month away from having a kid?
Yes, yeah.
Because we didn't move back till
month and a
like
half, maybe.
June or something like that.
First week, second week of June, yeah.
And he ended up being born in July 24th.
Mm-hmm.
So we get home and we, being fresh out of school, we're dirt poor. And so we live with my parents down in their basement.
Oh, the dungeon.
Yeah, which in my family, we had 7 kids that were raised in this family or in this house. So, you can imagine 7 kids. I don't know, what was this house, about 2,800 square feet?
Yeah, I think so.
So we moved down into the basement, and it was, there was two windows. Those basement windows that are really small. So wasn't a whole lot of light.
Or fire protection in case there was a fire down there.
Yeah, well, I could have shoved you out the window.
Yeah, right.
I could have pushed you out pretty good.
That's all right.
So we decided, hey, Mom, tell my mom, we're having our kid here at the house, and she was like, oh, what? She was freaking out. But what if? I mean, she was probably our worst.
Ye who had 7 children herself.
Yeah, right.
Not at home though.
Not at home, no, not at home.
Plus, she's from that generation. That's when medicine kind of took over their minds with you gotta have this pill and that pill and this potion and that notion.
That's a whole nother one of these we're talking about.
Yeah. So they were freaking out. My dad was like, whatever. Being a college coach and whatnot, he's like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
So we were in a midwife's care down in California before we moved up here, and we had to find somebody here in Boise, Idaho, that was a midwife, and we're like, well, who is that going to be? And God is so good. He brought us this lady named Kathleen McDonald.
Yeah.
It was called Ida Home Birth. She was a nurse, and this woman was the Rock of Gibraltar. She was so calm. I don't think I ever
Rock
saw...
of Gibraltar?
Rock of Gibraltar.
What is
Gibraltar.
She was solid.
Yeah.
She was solid.
That's an expression. We need to check out that.
She
Tell us about
would not... Her demeanor never went here or here. It was just like...
Even killed. She was awesome.
So she prepared us. She said, here's your birthing kit. Here's what you got to do. And that's when we baked the sheets. And so we took those sheets, and how it works is you get the bed you're going to have the baby on. You put plastic down.
This is probably so old school.
And then you put the sheets down. Then you put another roll of plastic down. And then another pair of sheets. Then another pair of plastic. And then another sheet.
Yes.
And you leave that on the bed.
Just, you do it right when you go into labor, because you don't want to gross the bed out.
Yeah, so I did that. That was me.
Yeah, that was all you. Good job.
You what?
He made the bed.
Oh, because
Isn't that so good?
Because you were dying or what?
No,
well, she was
on yours I was. Yeah, holy moly.
She was in labor. And so anyway, we get her in the room, and the midwives come. And
well, Dawson was 10 days late.
No,
I'm sorry. He was 7 days late.
7 days? How long did you have to call like the midwives before you, like, did they,
I remember,
did they tell you they
I was late. Okay, so I was late.
Time?
No, okay, so I was late.
We had weekly appointments.
So you can't get a word in edgewise. We had a weekly, every week. So I was late, and I remember going upstairs, because you have to go to the bathroom a lot. So I went to the bathroom, and I noticed that it wasn't quite right. So then I remember going down to you at 1:30 in the morning, and I just am staring at you over the bed, and you just kind of like look up, and I go, I think it's time. I'm thinking, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm like, dang, it's a little late now.
And I came jumping in. It was Superman.
Oh my gosh, no! This is what he did. Okay.
Like, yes, let's go.
Okay. I'll count your.
You're probably like,
No, he did it. That's what he did. I'll tell you, because I was there. Okay, we'll count your contractions. Okay. I've got one. Okay, those are like 10 minutes apart. Next one. Okay, I got it. That's what he did. You fell asleep on me.
I did.
I'm out there by myself. I'm like, seriously, you're asleep on me.
Because
Superman,
I was so confident.
So then he called the midwife around
be...
6 o'clock, and she said, tell me when they're like 3 minutes apart, and we'll head over. Miss Calm.
Oh, okay, that's how they, okay.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Because they didn't live very far away. So, what time would you say they got there? About 7?
8:30, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is funny.
How come you're not sweating?
I am sweating. I just glow. Hello, I'm your mother. I
she's not
glow.
much of a sweater.
I'm a sweater.
It's a weird
Just give
thing.
me some time.
So okay. Now, I'm in, 4th quarter. I'm in the room, coaching her up, getting her ready. In the meantime, she's crushing my hand while she's having a contraction.
We had relatives by, thank you.
And I'm dying. I'm going, this is my freaking hand. But I'm not going to go, honey, you're squeezing my hand too hard.
Which was a chiropractor. It probably wasn't a good thing.
So I thought, okay, note to self, go get a ball. She needs to squeeze a ball. So, I don't know, being that I'm from this house that has 4,000 different types of balls there because of my dad being a coach, I went and got a tennis ball. I thought, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
I gave it to her. I think she squeezed it 2 times, and it was like, I want that stupid thing.
The texture of that ball was just fuzzy and horrible.
I was like, trying to catch the balls was bouncing off, and she threw it so hard. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just trying to, Save my hand, you're crushing my hand. So then, I don't know how you got that one thing. You got that one.
That was later with some other kids. I don't know.
But anyway,
I held
so that was
Sister
one
Sam's
issue we
throat.
had first off. So I called timeout, went and talked to the head coach, which was Kathleen. And I come out of the room and I'm like, they're 2 minutes apart. Well, she's sitting at this little table that we had right there outside the room. She's reading the newspaper. She lowers the newspaper and goes, well, sounds like everything is going exactly how it's supposed to. Puts the paper back up. I was like,
This is before. This was after though. You
Okay.
went upstairs. You went upstairs and left a note for your mom and dad. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. The baby is on its way.
Yeah.
I used to have that. Dawson's baby.
You had time to write a note.
Yeah, he had time to write it up. God.
yeah, because you're in labor for, I don't know, when was the baby delivered that day?
He was born at 1:46.
In the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's nothing. It's a few hours. And anyway, it was just awesome to watch the midwives because they are so calm. Their voices are, they don't reach anything really higher than this decibel. And so they go into the room, and Kathleen's got 2 girls with her that are kind of like her internships or whatever, intern people. And they're checking her and they're talking to her. And whenever they talk to her, they didn't talk to her down like this. They bent down and got at the same level as her head on the bed. And it was just quiet. Like I was like E.F. Hutton going, what is she saying? Because they were so quiet and so like subdued.
So all this was filmed, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes, my sister Becky filmed it. She did. I said, you do not get any graphic shots. I'm not going to be open like a cheap suitcase out here and you getting whatever. So
She
she
did
was
anyway.
very. Oh, she did not. That was later on with
'cause
Brian
we
Landry.
You guys had us watch it.
Oh,
Well, it's a
Definitely
beautiful
there's not any
experience.
graphicness
Yeah,
in
for
it.
Dawson, no.
yeah.
Landry's maybe so, but no.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Okay, probably not a good. Yeah, no Netflix for those.
Well, you end up having the baby, and the problem with Bolin was before she got pregnant, she was in phenomenal shape. She was doing thousands of sit-ups a night and push-ups, and so it was like when she was pregnant, she still had abs. And so they kept telling her to just relax and, not to push, and she's like, no, I'm pushing. She's like, so she pushed too hard, and she tore.
I didn't know what it was supposed to feel like.
Oh, graphic for the...
Yeah, so
Yeah.
she tore pretty good.
Didn't even know
I don't know
that.
what it was about.
Stem to stern, what you
Didn't
call
even
it.
know that either, yeah.
Stem to stern.
Well, it was probably about an inch.
It
long.
wasn't good.
It wasn't bad.
Not good. No, it wasn't.
Home
It
birth.
wasn't bad. It wasn't good.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about
okay.
having a home birth is that you have a backup.
We can reverse on this, right?
You have a backup OB, that's on call that if you really need to.
Full tank of gas in your car. That's one of the
Yeah,
requirements.
full tank of gas in their car. If they need to transport. I mean, these people, these midwives, ours was highly trained. She was a nurse for 30 years.
Had already delivered like.
And they already delivered hundreds and hundreds of
800
babies.
900 babies. Something.
Yeah, and so after the baby was born, his APGAR was like 10. He was, very, very healthy.
What's APGAR?
APGAR is a test they do where they test all the reflexes, the breathing reflexes, the heart rate, the blood pressure,
And Jen's eyes?
cranial nerve
It's the,
tests,
I forget about it.
Babinski,
I
all
think
these
it's the
little.
best.
They're neurological tests that they do on the baby, as well as heart rate, blood pressure, respiratory rate, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But the issue is that they can stitch people. Kathleen could stitch people, but she was like, she's pretty torn. So we're gonna transport her
Sorry.
to our OB, which was at St. Al's, and we transported her, and he stitched her up, and we're good to go. Back
So
home.
like you gave birth and then they
I had to
transported
get
you.
up and
it was
walk.
about an hour after you gave birth, wasn't it? 2
Yeah, but I
hours.
still had to get
What about
up.
bleeding and all that?
She was bleeding pretty good.
Oh, my land.
Triage. They patted her up and triaged her out.
Holy heck.
It was good. I had no worries.
It's just part of life.
But it's because she pushed too hard. That's why. And she was just so damn strong that she's like, this baby's out of me now. And they were like,
Well, I kept feeling it,
whoa.
thinking surely the baby's coming out, and they go, I think we can see the head. I'm like, what? You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, right. So that was baby number 1. That was our first one. And it absolutely is a mental preparation more than any physical.
For her or you?
Both. You both have to, because you both have to be on the same channel. You can't be fearful. You have to be confident.
Yeah.
And that, you know, God made this in a way that is supposed to happen in this way. And that's the way it transported. That's the way it that's the way it happened.
And with me, I couldn't do the hoo hoo hee hee ha ha because I'd pass out. It's the breathing things that they teach you. And again, this is just me, but people
like
would
in
say
movies,
hoo hoo hee hee.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that, but I had
throw
to
that out the window.
But because I was in karate and stuff, and so I had to. I just remember I took a really nice cleansing breath in the beginning, so that way everybody knew that, oh girl, everyone's quiet, no talking, she's getting ready to go through contractions. So I take a nice deep cleansing breath, blow it out, and then literally I would work through the pain, and then once it was over, I'd do another cleansing breath, but because I probably would have passed out doing the hee hee hoo hoo ha ha, whatever it is.
Yeah. She never even uttered a sound. She never grunted, screamed. Nothing.
I was focused.
She was very focused.
I was focused.
She was.
I had a job at hand.
She was Chai Gang Queen Jing.
Why are you doing that?
What was his name?
Why are you doing that? That makes me concerned.
Because
you never even came up to me. You were down with your glove on.
Maybe I was holding your leg. And let me tell you, I was sweating bullets and tired. I was pumped. My arm is so pumped. I was
so ridiculous.
Man, you gotta lose
weight.
Hey,
wife, how you doing up there? Nothing. I got nothing.
I was like, come on, let's get this done. I'm tired. I was sweating.
No, you didn't say that.
I was sweating.
Anyway, so yeah, that was Sweet Dawson. 8 pounds, 11 ounces.
Yeah.
That was a small
21 inches long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
was like a 36-inch
I'm
head.
gonna melt if we.
No.
No, my God. 36 head.
Just kidding.
I know. He has enough brains for it to be, but no.
Anyway, so going through that, like anything else, kind of like doing this talk like this, you just get better and better and better, and your confidence grows more and more and more. But back to the mental preparation. We mentally prepared for this for 9 months. It wasn't something that we just went, oh, I hope. No, we were confident. We prayed a lot. You know,
we made a decision.
We prepared mentally more than we did physically. Because the physical thing is just preparing the bed and.
I never even thought of a way out though. This is what it was. We never deferred from that.
Well, so my mother, who was the biggest scaredy cat in the world, she finally came down and she got to witness this birth. And
your 2 brothers walked in when you were pulling them out. Yeah, that's okay.
And there wasn't a
2 of your...
How many? Well, 12, 13 people?
There were 18 people.
18 people. There wasn't a dry eye in the room.
Everybody was like...
the most...
And your dad, remember, he goes, I should have put a turnstile out and paid $1 for everybody that walked in.
He would do that.
Yeah. And it wasn't a dry eye in the room. It was very beautiful. It was very spiritual. It was very emotional.
So then we better go because I'm going to melt.
No, we got 3 more kids to talk about.
No, I know. We better get moving because this is...
Okay. So anyway, first
can't handle the sauna talk.
I can handle it.
The first baby was more about preparation mentally because you had so much negativity coming at you from all these scaredy cats.
We could talk about the dream I had a couple weeks after.
No, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
No,
he doesn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
That's for comedy night.
Yeah, that's a comedy night. That's not a good one. Let's put it this way. I was very sleep deprived.
But we could tell it after the 4th baby.
Oh
that is
gosh.
fun.
Yeah, it's funny, but I don't know.
Anyway.
We'd have to put a parental, what is that called? Parental...
say explicit.
Explicit details allowed and parental guidance suggested.
Pornography.
No!
Well, okay, second baby. Same midwife. And now she's talking about retiring, and I'm like, no. You are locked in. I said, we are having a minimum of 4 kids. I wanted 7, but...
And you want me to have 10.
I wanted 7.
Don't even have a girlfriend yet.
And that's okay. It's good. It's better that way. Anyway.
God will bring your Payton, trust me.
So we get to our second kid. And at this point in time, we're going to have a water birth. We're going to have water birth, okay?
Yes, so we heard water births were so amazing.
I devised the most amazing way of having a water birth.
Yes.
So I said, okay. I went and bought this plastic blow-up pool that was about, what would you say, 36 inches tall?
Yeah, probably something.
With really wide walls. So, when I blew it up, which I'll tell you, I blew it up all with my own mouth. And let me tell you, I got dizzy a lot. But I got it blown up.
Oh, we're sorry. Why I'm having
I
contractions. You're blowing up a big
sacrificed
pool.
myself for the
better good.
Did
Yeah.
you
very
have
good
an air
life.
compressor? Was there such thing
Yeah,
back then?
I know.
What?
Was there an air compressor?
Didn't have one.
There was such thing.
We just we're like what? Because you had the first kid and then like what?
Dawson,
4 months
then we
later,
have Hadley.
yeah, the next kid.
No.
4 kids
oh my
in 5
gosh.
years,
They're,
whatever.
Dawson and Hadley are 21 months apart.
21 months apart. All right, so 21 months later. So 21 months later, we have our second child, and I'm feverishly gonna have a water birth. So I built this pool, blow it up. I fill it with lukewarm water that was whatever, 80 degrees. I boiled water, and it took me hours.
Contraction.
I'm like, hold on in there, I haven't got the pool boy yet.
No,
Well,
and then he decides to make muffins, but he doesn't use the 18 muffin pan, he used the 6. I tell you, I didn't even see him the whole entire time.
I was busy.
Yeah, he was busy.
Distracting yourself.
He was busy. Yeah, he was. Thank you, Payton. He was distracting himself.
So I get the pool all full,
He didn't
right?
want to see me.
And I'm like, let's go. Let's get in the pool right now. And the midwives are like, okay. So she gets in there. I'm like, yeah, how is that? She's like, yeah, it's okay. I'm a little
Well, I was
uncomfortable.
sitting right up. It was just very different from laying
So
down.
she's in there, and I'm going,
Water births are great though.
anytime now, it's going to happen. And the midwife goes, we haven't checked her in a while. Maybe we should just get her out of the pool and just go check her in the bedroom. I was like, okay, all right, go ahead. So they take her in the bed. There's the head. She delivers her in the bed. And like,
all that blowing for nothing.
I come walking. I'm like, what? And there's a baby.
You were there though, but I did push her out in 5 minutes because I waited this time because I was not going to rip.
So I went in the kitchen and cried because I wanted to.
You did not. You made another thing of muffins, which I don't know why.
And the 6x6 pan or 3x3.
Hey,
Yeah,
the
the
midwives
6 holders of 6
loved me
muffins.
because I could bake.
You did stuff to distract yourself. I remember him even popping his head in one time. How's it going, honey? And I started getting traction.
I'm busy.
All right, bye.
When I opened my eyes, hey, look, where'd he go? You were completely gone.
I was busy.
You were busy making your damn muffins.
Yeah.
Darn muffins.
Yeah. So then our daughter comes out, which when I first looked, I thought was a boy. They're like, you better look
He
again.
even checked her.
Yeah.
My sister Brenda had to
I'm
look
like,
and say,
"There's another boy."
Kasey, that's a girl.
Yeah. I went,
But the thing about Hadley but here's the thing about Hadley though, she was purple when she came out.
Yeah.
And it's because I didn't get her where in my cervix where it was able to push that water out of her lungs because I pushed her out so fast.
Right.
The midwives did not skip a beat. They did not
That's
make.
good.
I was looking at her going, she's purple.
Yeah.
She's purple.
Yeah.
And they didn't do anything. 10 minutes
Jeez,
later,
man.
she still had not gotten any color. So they took a little tube with like a
So she
little
wasn't
round-
breathing or
She was
nothing?
breathing, which
She's
is
just a
really
little
slow.
purple.
So they literally, without,
No.
I didn't even know what was going on. They just put this thing down like that, and on this purpley, obviously it was bloody
They
water.
pulled
came out.
water out of her lungs.
Guess what I was gonna say, but
Right.
anyway, they
It's
pulled
like,
water out
get
of
to
her.
it.
Well, because you keep talking, so they pulled water out of her lungs, and then she pinked right up, and everything was fine. They did not even alarm us
Of our 4 kids, she's the only kid I had to physically adjust
right away.
within minutes of her birth.
Yeah.
She had a little.
Everyone else was maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Well, no, a couple days on Payton. And Dawson.
We
was
forgot
a
to
couple
tell about
days.
Dawson's circumcision. Thank you very
Well,
much.
yeah,
She was
that's
a Melaleuca on it.
That, we'll use that as another day.
Oh,
That
smokes.
made it tough. Anyway, so Hadley, born. She was like what, 2 weeks late?
Hadley was 15 days late.
15 days late.
Yeah, she was supposed to be
she
born
still is.
April 3rd,
She's still
and she
late.
was born April 18th. She
Yeah,
was
yeah.
15 days late.
That was
That was
only, what,
exciting.
a couple days.
And everyone kept going, oh my gosh,
You're
so
gonna
late. You
have
better
So
come."
you were in
Ah.
pain for 15 days?
No, I wasn't in pain. I just hadn't gone in labor
sure.
yet. I hadn't gone into labor yet. Yeah.
Okay,
15 days
on
late.
to the third child.
No, so she was 8 pounds, 13 ounces, beautiful little
She was
girl.
bigger than Dawson?
Yeah, 8, 13.
Wow, okay. Her APGAR was also like 9.5.
No, hers was low because she was purple in the beginning. And then
Well, but then they did it
graded
later.
her up. They did, yeah. But it was good.
But it's all good. And to this day, she's healthy and happy. So, baby 3. Baby 3 is Payton.
He's thinking about it.
This was in our
so
first
19
house,
months
right?
later.
I was really adopted, so that's why I can't remember.
No,
one has
19
red hair,
months later, here's Payton. 19 months later. What the
The
heck?
smallest baby, the biggest kid.
8 pounds, 5 ounces was all Payton was.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing with Payton is I was planning, remember my mom's 60th birthday party
Yes.
on April 10th. The next day was her birthday
December.
party. I'm sorry, April, I'm stuck on half. Okay, December 11th was her
It's
birthday.
hot.
I was
The
adopted.
12th was her-
and they forget
The
things.
12th was her 60th birthday. We had the party for the 11th. Payton was, he was supposed to be born on the 3rd. He was 10, he was, I can't even do my math now. No, you were.
I was supposed to be
It's
on
the
the 7th,
sauna.
born the
So
10th.
7
We're at
days
152 again. It's the heat, man.
7 days, sorry. No, it's not. This is
Brain.
awesome. 7 days late. And so here on December 10th, night, it was evening. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be able to make this. I can honestly make my mom's party at 2:30, not a problem. I started going into labor, remember that? Oh,
Well, we
gosh.
went home that night.
No, remember we had dinner at my parents' house. I was trying not to go, and I was thinking, oh no, I'm not going to. Nope, don't think about it. Don't think about it. You follow me home, and I'm just driving like crazy. And then we get home, and we still have to do stuff for my mom's party. Remember?
Yeah.
So I'm rolling the meat. And
Meat tray. Rolling meat tray together. She'd be
Oh,
signing
and then
that
we have to make the bed.
Ooh.
We were way behind schedule on the third one.
Ooh.
We had to make the bed still. I'm rolling things. My sisters go, please do not let Kasey frost the cake. Kasey did it anyway. Poor people had probably licking the knife and everything. Chocolate cake, white frosting. It had all these chunks of chocolate coming out of it.
It was
It was a
awesome.
good cake, but Kasey frosted. Anyway, I'm rolling. Whew.
Casey's frosting
Oh,
was awesome.
Oh god, yeah. And everybody, you were born on a Saturday night.
Like
So
11 something or something.
11,
like that.
18. So everybody was on dates. So this was the first birth that my brother actually got to see. Because Gina was coming.
He was on a date when he.
Gina
I was birthed.
and Rob were on a date.
That's
Rob
a great
Brenda,
date.
Brenda and Tony were on a date. And Brenda was due 3 months later. And Tony had never seen a birth either. So I was like,
Bring it in!
by then.
How many people do we have at
And
that
then
one?
Becky and Brad were on a date. So they came to the party. Yeah. Or
Wow.
the party.
Hey, if you guys
want
want to go on a date, you don't know where to go. People that
Go to
are
a home birth, man.
go to home birth.
It's the most spiritual
Yeah.
thing. You both
So
cry.
it was really
Probably
it
make
was a
out or
blessing to be. Oh
something.
my gosh, to be able to have
Get married the next day.
to have
Yeah.
my brother there. It was a blessing to have him there. It was very touching. Yeah, it was good. I loved it. He followed me everywhere. I go to the bathroom and open the door. Hey, you doing okay?
Oh, you see him doing
Yep,
that.
I'm doing okay. It's really cute. He was crazy about you. Even at my mom's party, he knocked me out of the way so he could show people you.
I remember when I was younger, he would always like make extra food. Cause I was fat, and I liked his
you were
cooking and like
husky,
the
honey.
meat
You were
and the
fat.
meat he wanted, like he cooked and prepared. He'd always cook extra and like put it aside just for me.
For my husky boy.
Still cooks a mean brisket.
A lot.
Brisket. Bristles.
A lot of
Penis
things. He
fingers,
cooks
isn't
a
it?
lot of things.
Oh no,
good.
it's not.
It's a Jewish thing. Anyway. So, is there anything exciting about the third,
Except it was just like crazy pink and no, except
So we had a party the next day and we brought this new...
no, it's just also my mom comes over that morning because she knew we had a baby and I had to pretend like I didn't have Payton. Or no, I
She
knew
wasn't even
she knew
there?
I had Payton. Sorry. No, it was late. She was in bed.
Oh.
She knew I had Payton, but I had to pretend like we weren't going to her party, that we had to rush her out of the house so I could run to her house and decorate. Hello, I just had a baby. Less than 24 hours later, we were having my mom's birthday.
No wonder I get things done and no one else in
Oh
my
my
family
gosh.
gets things
Oh
done.
yeah, right. So anyway, it was great. So I had to pretend. She's looking at me like, well, Belinda, I can't believe you just had a baby. You got your makeup on, you're dressed and ready to go. I'm like, well, that's just what you do. Aren't you guys hungry yet? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Bless my mom.
No wonder I was the greatest birthday present ever.
Yeah, she always said that, my birthday present. When I'm 120, Payton, you'll be 60. Yeah.
Okay. On to the fourth and final. And
Payton,
there's a story about this one afterwards, too, that's very traumatic. So you guys will want to listen in.
I'm nervous about that.
That's for another time.
No,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it after this birth. So we go into the fourth birth, And how far apart are they? 17 months?
19 months apart.
19.
So I had 4 kids in 5 years and 3 days.
Okay. So we went boy, girl, boy, and now we're on our 4th. And again, I wanted to have 7 children. And Belinda didn't do well with pregnancy. She was like yellow and green.
I loved it. I just was sick.
All the time. All the time. It's terrible. So along comes the 4th kid. And this time we had a lot of people in the room. There was a lot.
There was a lot of people at every single
I know, but
one.
this one there was so many. I couldn't even hardly get in the room.
I had a lot of my girlfriends were there, so that was good.
So we have
Well,
Landry.
2, I guess. I think I have more than 2.
So you have Landry.
We have Landry.
Landry.
She was the biggest baby,
Mhm.
9-pounder. But all in all, it was a really good delivery, if I remember.
It was, if you remember, it was good except for the fact that you remember she had her arm
Oh,
at
yeah.
about 6 months engaged. She had her arm like this, and so I kept feeling every time I'd sit down, go, whoa, I think I broke my coccyx bone. Something doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Sure enough, when she was born, this came out.
Oh.
Yeah, so imagine getting this out instead of they have this, and they normally just can whittle the arms like this and take the baby's head. And that's another thing too with Hadley's birth also, and all the kids really they did a great job.
Yeah,
with
there was
their
no
neck.
pulling at all.
Hadley with Henry,
So
Hadley's
good.
birth.
Beginning between the
I was
baby and the
like,
mother.
There's a baby's head here. Don't
Yeah.
crank his head off.
Yeah, yeah. And so Landry being born with her arm kind of first, it was
Yeah.
pretty.
Whew.
It was a lot slower. You were really awesome because you didn't push hard. You did exactly what the midwife said to do.
Do you know why you know that?
Because of me and my
No,
coaching.
it was. God, it was the first time you actually came up to me and you were with me, and you're like, "Hey, she's not breathing up here.
Oh, you
is
mean
she
I was
okay?"
down there going?
Yeah, yes, exactly. You were up with
What a
me
catch.
this time.
I was
I know.
attentive to you.
So he's like, "Hey, she's not breathing right now. Is this okay? Is this okay? Is there, she's not breathing right now. Don't you remember?
Talking about you?
Yeah, me.
I just thought you were breathing deep.
You thought I was not doing well.
They're like, oh, she's fine. Never raised their voice again at any level at all.
No.
And boom, out comes Landry. Again, perfect Apgar, 9 pounds. Anything else you can think of that was like,
You know what? Oh,
She cried for every day of her life.
one thing
till
that
she
I
was
love
like
them
4.
doing is they didn't. Yeah, well, 18 months she did. 'Cause she got all of your guys' stuff, but she's got a really good immune system now. But no, remember all of their births, they didn't wipe off the vernix that was on them.
yeah, they left the Vernix.
Which is wonderful, and I scooped some of it off of Landry because she had so much, and I put it on my stomach.
Yeah.
Because it's just,
It's
it's
amazing.
beautiful.
You had this little baby who's all white in this.
What's beautiful to have it on because it's like cold cream that's
Yeah.
on a baby to protect it from all that water.
And so we just
And
left it on her.
it needs to stay on because it
Right.
moisturizes the
It was
skin.
amazing. Like what, 10 minutes? It was.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. When you go to the hospital, they wipe all that off, and
Really?
it's better to leave it on.
Yeah. We didn't left it there. It absorbed into her skin.
Oh, within
10 minutes, would you say?
maybe a half an hour, but it was in her creases of her ear, so she didn't really get pruny and dry and all that. With all the kids, we let it go into their
So
skin.
That's
keep,
when we
keep
kept-
that stuff on the baby.
I would
Moral
say
of the story,
keep.
huh?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
And that's
because
when I
I'm
took the
getting it.
placenta and I showed all you kids all the parts of the placenta.
That was
I
when
don't
Payton
remember
was
that.
born. When
No, I did
Payton,
Landry too because I told him we were going to make a pizza out of it.
The only reason
He's
why
not
I
there.
remember that is
It
because
was
it
a
was on
joke.
film.
It's
It was
about
on
it.
film.
well, no, because with Hadley when she was born,
Placenta pizza.
they took out the placenta and she opened it up for all the kids because all the cousins were there to open up and show them this is where Hadley lived and show them because they were checking it to make sure there was no rips or tears. It was all educational.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Kasey ate it. It was
Yep.
great. He made a pizza and I just said, yeah, I'm not hungry.
Yeah, it was good, good. It was kind of like calamari.
Really? I'll
No.
try
Okay,
it.
so
I have a baby.
we've had this
Sure.
fourth child, right? Huh?
It is. The people do use the placenta. They make pills and stuff.
And I'm still on this mode of we're having 7 children. So I come home on a Friday after seeing a whole lot of people on a Friday in my office, and Lynn goes, "You have an appointment tomorrow at 9 in the morning."
Kasey, I did not do this. You scheduled your.
I didn't
swear.
schedule it.
I didn't even know this.
All right.
He scheduled his appointment.
No.
I
You
left
guys
for a
gotta get
wedding
your stories.
dragging my
You guys gotta get your
Sabotage,
stories
right?
straight here.
She tells me I've got an appointment at 9 o'clock
He
in the morning.
takes my
And I'm
stories
going,
all the
"What?
time."
I don't. I'm Saturday. I think I have to see Payton. She goes, "No, I blocked your
I
day
was
off."
gone.
You left after I had it done.
Oh,
No, I
right.
didn't. I was.
Yes, you did. You don't remember going, "Let me see that. Let me see that. Is that it?" That's all that. Oh my gosh, that's
We
ridiculous.
should have discussed this because I was at a wedding with my 4 kids in Stanley.
You remember
I have
that
pictures,
thing I
Kasey.
talked about? They lose their mind. They lose their mind. Okay? So she
You-
tells me I'm getting a
I have
vasectomy, right?
witnesses.
And I'm like, a vasectomy? What happened to 7 kids? She's like, hell no, I am done. And Landry was only like a month old.
She was 2 weeks old.
Okay,
You
maybe.
are losing your mind.
Okay, I'll give you that. But
Welcome to my
still,
life.
I was like, are you kidding me? What are you talking about? I didn't okay this. We didn't discuss this.
Casey.
No, I am not doing it. Well,
Oh my gosh, you were
9
wrong.
o'clock in the morning,
This was in your dream.
I'm
because
down
we
at
already
Dr.
discussed
Walker's
it.
office.
In the call.
you'll remember, just hold on.
No, I wasn't there.
So I go down to Dr. Walker's down by St. Luke's, and I go in there, and it's just him and I, and no one else. And he's like, looked like he just got done chopping a tree down.
Okay.
He's lumberjacks. You know, one of our very best friends' wife was his head nurse. And so I go in there, and I'm nervous because I have a vasectomy, right? I'm all against it. I'm all
How
about.
do we get to this?
Let's
Just
make
hold
it
on.
about
Story.
itself.
It's a great story because
Hold on, Kasey.
I was duped. I thought I was having 7 kids,
He's the one that
and I was
scheduled it.
wrongfully.
Cheryl called him and scheduled it. I didn't even know. I left
But
it to
you
go to the
set it
wedding.
up.
I did not. You told me
I was
to.
Someone's
Like,
bitter.
I was sabotaged and wrongfully.
You knew. You
Made
knew I
less
couldn't
than a
go
man.
through anymore. 4 kids in 5 years and 3 days.
So let's just say this. He numbs me up. I'm laying in this chair, it's like an OB chair, you know, your legs are spread, and I'm talking to him. I'm a little nervous. And I'm like, ooh, I can feel that. I can feel that up here. He's like, oh, a little more xylocaine. I'm like, okay. So I'm not kidding, like 2 minutes, he goes, all right, I'm going to cauterize. I got them all cut and tied off. I'm like, what? Really? And so he goes to cauterize. Well, I have my arm like this. I'm laying back, and I'm kind of perspiring because I'm a little nervous. Well, my arm was on the cauterizing machine. What do you think happened when he turned it on? The current went through my body to my scrotum. It created a cremasteric reflex. And he's like, what? I'm like, ah!